Inner Oasis, Discovering Your Inner Sanctuary. Written and published by Daily Calm Audiobooks. Introduction. Every moment, your mind is busy, thoughts rushing, worries tugging, and the noise of life pulling you in every direction. Yet inside you lies a quiet space, untouched by stress, waiting to be discovered. This is your inner oasis, a sanctuary of calm, clarity, and balance that helps you navigate life with steadiness and presence. It is not a place to escape responsibilities, but a space to recharge, observe, and respond rather than react. In this audiobook, you will be guided to connect with that sanctuary through simple, practical exercises and mindful reflection. Each pause, each breath, is a doorway to clarity, helping you release tension, restore focus, and strengthen resilience. Cultivating your inner oasis is not about perfection. It is about discovering a calm, steady center that travels with you, quietly shaping the way you live, think, and feel. By learning to access this space, you can face each day with more ease, presence, and inner strength. As you listen, you can help support more reflective audiobooks like this one by tapping the like button and subscribing. Every small action helps us continue sharing peaceful, meaningful content. Thank you for being part of this journey. Every day, the mind can feel crowded, like a busy street filled with honking cars and shouting voices. Stress, worries about the future, and unfinished tasks all compete for attention, leaving little room for calm. The first step toward finding peace is realizing that it's possible. Inside each of us is an inner oasis, a quiet place where the mind can rest, think clearly, and recover from life's constant demands. Recognizing that this space exists is the foundation for creating real calm in daily life. When stress takes over, the body reacts automatically. Heart rate increases, muscles tense, and the brain floods with stress hormones. This response can be useful in emergencies, but becomes harmful if it lasts too long, making it hard to focus or feel at ease. An inner oasis doesn't erase problems, but it provides a mental refuge, a place to slow down, breathe, and respond rather than react. Even a few intentional minutes of calm can start shifting how the mind handles stress. Practical ways to reach this inner space are simple. Start with small actions like noticing your breath, feeling your feet on the ground, or pausing to observe thoughts without judgment. Research from the University of Massachusetts shows that practicing mindfulness for just a few minutes each day can lower stress and improve focus over time. These small moments are like pockets of rest for the mind, gradually building resilience and clarity. Think of a busy parent juggling work and home life. By pausing for 1 minute to breathe deeply and notice their surroundings, they can regain composure and approach tasks more calmly. Or a student facing a tough exam can take a short break to center attention, preventing anxiety from overwhelming them. These short, intentional pauses help transform a hectic mind into one that feels steady and clear. Creating an inner oasis is about practice, not perfection. Each moment spent intentionally present strengthens the mind, giving it the space to think clearly, feel calm, and handle life with focus. Over time, these small steps make peace and clarity a natural part of everyday life. One of the most effective ways to nurture this inner calm is through awareness. Every moment offers an opportunity to notice life more clearly, yet most pass us by, buried under routines and mental noise. Awareness begins with the simple act of observing thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations without labeling them as good or bad. By paying attention in this way, ordinary experiences reveal patterns and insights that might otherwise go unnoticed. For instance, noticing tension building in your shoulders during a hectic day creates a pause, a chance to breathe, release stress, and respond with intention rather than reaction. With practice, awareness turns fleeting moments into opportunities for clarity, calm, and choice. Research in psychology supports this idea. Studies have shown that individuals who engage in mindful awareness practices experience lower levels of anxiety and stress. By observing thoughts rather than automatically following them, the mind develops a natural capacity to disentangle from unhelpful patterns. This allows for clearer thinking and more deliberate action, even in the midst of a chaotic schedule. The brain literally rewires itself through repeated moments of attention, making calm and focus more accessible over time. Awareness also serves as a mirror, reflecting habitual patterns that often go unnoticed. Perhaps you realize that certain tasks consistently trigger impatience or frustration. Once noticed, these patterns can be gently addressed rather than ignored or suppressed. In practical terms, this could mean setting a small intention to breathe deeply before responding in a tense conversation or taking a brief pause before reacting to an overwhelming email. These small, conscious choices accumulate, gradually reshaping how you navigate your day. Physical sensations are equally important to observe. Simple acts like noting the rhythm of your breathing, the weight of your body in a chair, or the warmth of sunlight on your skin anchor you to the present moment. Awareness of the body creates a sense of groundedness, reminding you that no matter how scattered your thoughts, you always have the immediate, steady point of connection with yourself. Even brief, consistent attention to the present transforms awareness from an abstract concept into a practical tool for cultivating inner peace and sustainable focus. Just as paying attention to your body anchors you in the present, you can apply the same awareness to your mind, gently noticing the thoughts that arise without getting swept away. The mind can feel like a busy street, crowded with worries, plans, and distractions that compete for attention. Clearing this mental space isn't about stopping your thoughts. It's about creating room to see clearly and act intentionally. One effective way to do this is through visualization. Imagine each thought as an object you can place on a shelf or let drift away. This simple practice brings order to your mind, allowing you to focus on what truly matters in the moment. Writing your thoughts down is another way to create clarity. Journaling turns the invisible chatter of your mind into something concrete you can examine. Even a few minutes of writing about your worries, goals, or tasks can help you organize your thoughts and reduce stress. Research shows that writing down concerns can improve memory and focus because it clears space for your brain to process important information more effectively. You don't need long entries. Just capture what feels most pressing or meaningful. Taking time for reflection also helps your mind stay clear. This doesn't mean overthinking. It means reviewing what matters and letting go of what doesn't. For example, before going to bed, spend a few minutes thinking about the day, what you accomplished, what needs attention tomorrow, and what can be set aside. This practice helps you prioritize, reduces mental clutter, and allows your mind to rest. Creating mental space takes practice, but the results are worth it. Using visualization, journaling, and structured reflection together makes it easier to let go of unnecessary thoughts. Focus on what's important and feel calmer. Over time, this habit builds a mind that is clearer, more intentional, and less weighed down by distractions. When your thoughts have room to breathe, decision-making feels easier, creativity comes more naturally, and a sense of peace becomes a regular part of your daily life. Just as creating space in your mind allows thoughts to flow more freely, tuning into your body reinforces that clarity from the inside out. Few actions are as overlooked yet powerful as simply taking a breath. In the rush of daily life, breathing often becomes shallow and automatic, slipping into the background while tension builds unnoticed. Yet, the rhythm of breath is intimately connected to the body's nervous system. When we breathe deeply and consciously, the parasympathetic system activates, signaling the body to relax. Stress hormones like cortisol decrease, the heart rate slows, and mental clarity naturally improves. Even a brief, intentional pause to focus on breathing can feel like hitting a reset button during a hectic day, grounding both body and mind in the present moment. Consider a high-pressure work meeting or a challenging exam. By deliberately slowing the inhale and exhale, one can create an immediate sense of calm that allows for sharper focus and steadier decision-making. Researchers have found that rhythmic breathing practices, such as inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for 6, help reduce physiological markers of stress while improving attention and emotional regulation. These findings show that the act of breathing is not just a passive bodily function, but a practical tool for resilience and performance. Conscious breathing exercises also foster a deeper connection to the body. Simple techniques, like noticing the rise and fall of the chest or the feeling of air moving through the nostrils, encourage mindfulness without requiring meditation experience. Over time, this practice builds awareness of tension before it escalates, allowing for timely mental and physical adjustments. Even athletes and performers often use breath work to manage nerves and maintain energy, demonstrating its universal relevance. Learning to harness the power of breath transforms ordinary moments into opportunities for restoration. The body's natural rhythm becomes a bridge to inner calm, helping the mind remain anchored when life pulls it in multiple directions. By turning attention to each inhale and exhale, it's possible to cultivate a consistent practice that eases stress, heightens focus, and restores energy, making breath not just a function of survival, but a gateway to sustained well-being and clarity. Life doesn't pause, yet the mind often needs a break. Stillness is not about stopping thought or escaping responsibilities. It is about creating a quiet space where clarity and focus can grow. Even brief moments of pause, like taking a slow, deep breath before responding to a text or noticing your surroundings while walking to class, can help calm the mind. These small pockets of quiet may seem insignificant at first, but when practiced consistently, they build a strong foundation for inner balance that carries through the day. Learning to be still takes patience and repetition. The mind is naturally busy, jumping from one thought to another, and expecting it to quiet instantly can be frustrating. Approaching stillness as a daily habit makes it more achievable. Studies show that regular meditation or mindfulness exercises can actually change the brain, helping people focus better, manage stress, and control their emotions. This proves that stillness isn't about doing nothing. It's an active way to train the mind to work more efficiently. Practical ways to practice stillness are easy to fit into daily life. Spending just 5 minutes each morning focusing on your breath can set a calm tone for the day. Mindful walking, paying attention to each step and each breath, turns ordinary movement into a moment of awareness. Even short breaks at work or school, like a minute of quiet breathing between tasks, can gradually make stillness a natural part of your routine. Stillness opens space for growth, creativity, and better decisions. By practicing regularly and being patient with yourself, you learn that quiet moments aren't wasted time. They're opportunities to strengthen focus, think clearly, and approach life with calm confidence. Over time, these habits make it easier to stay grounded, even when life feels busy and overwhelming. One of the most effective ways to anchor this calm is through the body. Our bodies are powerful anchors to the present, and the senses provide the most immediate way to reconnect with the here and now. When the mind races or emotions feel heavy, deliberately engaging touch, sound, sight, taste, and smell can ground attention and invite a sense of calm. Running your fingers over the texture of a soft blanket, feeling the warmth of sunlight on your skin, or holding a smooth stone in your hand are simple ways to signal to your mind that the moment deserves your presence. Physical sensations are subtle cues that help the brain shift focus from mental clutter to embodied awareness. Sound can transform the energy of a space. Gentle music, the rhythm of rainfall, or the hum of a household appliance can be noticed, appreciated, and even used intentionally to create a mental pause. Studies in environmental psychology suggest that listening to natural sounds can reduce stress hormone levels and enhance cognitive clarity. This means that even short, conscious listening practices can calm the nervous system and support reflection. Visual cues shape perception more than we often realize. Surrounding yourself with soothing colors, natural light, or objects that inspire gratitude subtly reinforces a sense of safety and clarity. A single vase of flowers or a carefully arranged shelf can invite the eye to linger, helping the mind slow down. Similarly, taste and smell are deeply tied to memory and emotion. Sipping warm tea, savoring a small piece of dark chocolate, or inhaling the scent of fresh herbs can trigger relaxation and pleasure in ways that bypass overthinking. Aromatherapy, for instance, has been shown to reduce anxiety in clinical settings, highlighting the practical impact of scent on emotional state. Consciously designing routines around the senses transforms ordinary moments into opportunities for calm reflection. Morning rituals, quiet evenings, or even brief pauses during the day become acts of mindful engagement rather than mechanical habits. By exploring the world through touch, sound, sight, taste, and smell, you create a personal sanctuary where awareness meets presence and reflection flows naturally. The senses become not just passive receptors, but active companions in cultivating a steady, centered mind and a deep, ongoing connection to the present. This attentive presence, cultivated through the senses, naturally leads to inner reflection. Few experiences are as quietly transformative as taking a moment to step back and look inward. Reflection is not about dwelling on mistakes or overanalyzing the past. It is a purposeful pause that allows insight and perspective to emerge naturally. By examining thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with curiosity rather than self-criticism, we create space to notice patterns and recognize recurring challenges or successes. This awareness is the foundation for meaningful personal growth, helping individuals respond to life rather than react impulsively. One practical approach to reflection is journaling. Writing down thoughts and feelings can reveal recurring themes that might otherwise go unnoticed. Research from the University of Texas found that expressive writing can improve problem solving and decision making by clarifying priorities and reducing mental clutter. Journaling does not require elaborate entries or perfect sentences. Even a few lines capturing a thought, an emotion, or an observation can serve as a mirror to your inner world. Over time, these written reflections become a record of growth, allowing you to see how your thinking and behavior evolve. Another method is gentle self-inquiry, where questions guide exploration rather than judgment. Asking oneself questions like, "Why did I respond this way?" or "What could I do differently next time?" encourages honest observation without self-condemnation. This practice can illuminate subconscious patterns, helping individuals identify triggers, recognize strengths, and make more deliberate choices. Contemplation in everyday life also offers a subtle but powerful path to insight. Even a brief pause while walking, cooking, or commuting can become a reflective moment if attention is directed inward with intention. Over time, these small pauses build mental clarity, sharpen judgment, and foster a deeper understanding of personal values and goals. Reflection transforms ordinary experiences into lessons that guide better choices. By combining journaling, self-inquiry, and mindful contemplation, individuals develop a clearer, more nuanced view of themselves, their relationships, and the world around them. This practice, steady and patient, nurtures both clarity and confidence, turning awareness into practical action. When challenges arise, this awareness becomes a tool for navigating them rather than being swept away. Moments of stress can hit without warning. A sudden problem at school, a conflict with a friend, or a looming deadline. How you respond to these moments can make the difference between feeling overwhelmed and staying calm. Mindful stress management is about noticing what's happening inside you and choosing your response instead of reacting automatically. Even a brief pause, a few deep breaths, closing your eyes for a moment, or paying attention to your heartbeat can help you regain focus and prevent stress from taking over. The way we think about stress matters more than the stress itself. Changing how we view challenges can make them easier to handle. For example, a tight deadline doesn't have to feel like a threat. It can be an opportunity to focus, organize your tasks, and show your capabilities. Research shows that people who reframe stress in this way experience less anxiety and feel more confident in difficult situations. This proves that stress doesn't have to control you. Your mindset can change how your body and mind react. Small, calming routines can also make a big difference. Simple practices like taking a short walk, writing down your thoughts, or doing a few minutes of slow breathing can help you feel more in control. These routines act like anchors, keeping you steady when life feels chaotic. For instance, a student might take a 5-minute pause before starting homework, using the time to breathe and organize priorities. That small habit can turn pressure into a chance to practice calm and focus. Managing stress mindfully is about turning pressure into opportunity. By paying attention, adjusting your perspective, and using simple calming habits, challenges become chances to strengthen your inner calm and resilience. Stress is unavoidable, but the way you respond to it can be the key to staying balanced and in control. One practical way to apply this mindful approach is to notice the quiet moments in everyday life. Life's quiet moments often go unnoticed, yet they hold the power to transform daily routines into opportunities for calm. Even something as ordinary as your morning commute can become a space for reflection. Instead of letting the journey pass on autopilot, take a few minutes to notice the rhythm of your breathing, observe the world outside your window, or set an intention for the day ahead. These small pauses, when repeated consistently, slowly train the mind to approach life with more awareness and ease. Researchers in the field of mindfulness have found that brief, intentional moments of reflection during daily activities can reduce stress and enhance focus, even without formal meditation practice. Mealtimes provide another simple yet profound chance to cultivate calm. Paying attention to the colors, textures, and flavors of your food transforms eating into a mindful act rather than a rushed routine. Savoring each bite not only improves digestion, but also strengthens your ability to be present, turning a routine necessity into an enriching, grounding practice. For example, taking just 5 deep breaths before lunch can shift your mindset from distraction to presence, allowing the body and mind to reset amid a busy day. Work and household tasks can also serve as opportunities for mindful engagement. Whether answering emails, washing dishes, or folding laundry, approaching each action with intention fosters a sense of order and clarity. Observing your habits, noticing where tension arises, and gently redirecting your attention helps embed mindfulness into activities that might otherwise feel mechanical. Over time, this practice encourages a mental state where serenity becomes less about escaping responsibilities and more about inhabiting them fully, with focus and ease. The cumulative effect of these small, deliberate adjustments is powerful. Pausing before decisions, observing daily patterns, and savoring fleeting moments gradually transforms life's rhythm. Calm is no longer an occasional retreat, but an integrated, living experience. By threading mindful awareness into ordinary routines, the inner oasis becomes accessible at every turn, making daily life not only more manageable, but also richer, more reflective, and deeply rewarding. To cultivate this state consistently, it helps to anchor it in steady, simple routines. Life's demands can pull your focus in every direction, but small, consistent habits like taking a few minutes each morning to breathe deeply, journal your thoughts, or pausing before making decisions build a reliable foundation for mental clarity. Over time, these actions become anchors you can return to when life feels overwhelming, turning the pursuit of inner peace into a sustainable daily practice. Adaptability is just as important as consistency. Things rarely go exactly as planned, and your routines will be challenged. Instead of giving up when interruptions happen, adjust your approach. If your usual meditation time is taken up by unexpected work, try a shorter session later in the day or a quick walk to center yourself. Studies on habit formation show that people who bend their practices to fit life's unpredictability are far more likely to maintain them long term. Flexibility allows your inner sanctuary to remain accessible, even when circumstances are difficult. Being kind to yourself is a key part of sustaining inner peace. Your sanctuary isn't about perfection. It's about returning to your practice after setbacks. If you miss a reflection session or feel restless during meditation, treat it as normal rather than a failure. For example, a student might skip their usual evening journaling after a busy day, but by simply resuming the next day without self-criticism, they maintain their connection to their inner space. Reinforcing supportive habits and perspectives ensures your sanctuary stays strong. Surround yourself with environments, people, and experiences that uplift you, and regularly remind yourself why you practice these routines. Over time, these intentional choices make inner peace a natural part of life, rather than a rare luxury. Sustaining your inner sanctuary is about building a steady, adaptable, and compassionate space within yourself that can carry you through any challenge. This foundation makes cultivating an inner oasis possible, not as an escape from life, but as a deliberate practice integrated into daily living. Cultivating an inner oasis is not about escaping life or achieving an unrealistic ideal of calm. It is a deliberate, ongoing process that blends awareness, reflection, and intentional practice into the rhythm of daily living. True inner peace is built in small, consistent moments rather than grand gestures. Even brief pauses, taking a few mindful breaths, noticing the sensations of the present, or allowing a quiet moment to yourself, can gradually create clarity and focus. These moments, though simple, accumulate over time, strengthening resilience and equipping the mind to respond to challenges with calm and purpose. Creating this inner sanctuary does not require long hours of meditation or perfect conditions. Instead, it is about tuning in to the present, noticing how your thoughts and surroundings affect your mental state, and making gentle adjustments that support your well-being. Paying attention to how you start your day, choosing moments of reflection during breaks, or engaging in small acts of self-care can transform ordinary routines into opportunities for renewal. The power of these practices lies not in their length or complexity, but in their consistency and intentionality. As this journey unfolds, you begin to recognize that calm is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to navigate them with awareness and composure. The inner oasis becomes a place of clarity where decisions are made with greater focus, emotions are observed rather than controlled, and a deeper sense of balance is felt even amidst life's demands. It reminds you that peace is accessible at any moment, whenever you choose to pause, breathe, and reconnect with yourself. By embracing these simple yet meaningful steps, anyone can cultivate a lasting inner sanctuary that enriches every day. Each mindful choice, each reflective pause, adds to a foundation of resilience, clarity, and centeredness. In the end, the true gift of an inner oasis is not just calm or comfort, but the empowerment it brings, the confidence to meet life fully present, fully aware, and fully yourself. Peace is not somewhere you go. It is the place you create within. Thank you for listening. Make sure to subscribe for more thoughtful content aimed at helping you find focus, nurture your mindset, and embrace the life you want to create.